A serene summer morning at Hanlan's Point mooring wall greeted us. We appreciated the calm after last night's party boat atmosphere. So we're having breakfast under the willow tree. It's much cooler under the willow tree than having breakfast in the cockpit. Paolo is also looking at the port's guide to see where are we going to go next.
I am? Okay.
There's Sailing Odyssey behind us. It's such a tiny boat, you can barely see it above the grade here, above the wall. We decided to untie our lines and leave the mooring wall to return to Port Whitby. We also kept an eye out for other water vessels. The inner harbor was busy with recreational boats and vessels, as well as ferries and water taxis, who were busy carrying passengers back and forth between Harbourfront and the Toronto Islands.
You want to motor to the harbor?
We decided to motor through the Toronto inner harbor as the sea state was a bit sloppy and the islands were obstructing the southwesterly winds.
So this was Toronto circa 2002, as shown on the port's guide from that year. And this is Toronto now. Not quite the same perspective. The previous one was an aerial perspective. And this is all the development that's gone on in the city. And it keeps on going on. Can no longer see the Sky Dome. It's hidden behind all those towers over there.
We navigated through the narrow passage of the Eastern Gap. From here, heading into the southwesterly wind, we put up the mainsail while still motoring. After clearing the Eastern Gap, we then raced the Genoa for a close-hauled starboard tack initially. We needed to clear the headland of Tommy Thompson Park on our port side to get further into Lake Ontario so we can turn east. Like, I mean, we're gonna have to drive if we're going. I've already
Go Broadreach like this.
all right, just Broadreach right down. Okay, let's do that. All right.
Wow.
What?
More.
Uh-oh.
Sailboat and channel. See what it is like.
Well, you should get some water. Here.
9 hours. 9.5 hours.
I'll
It's
try.
1 o'clock.
Well, we'll always order too.
Yeah.
Well, once we get past it.
So there is Toronto, just beyond the Leslie Spit. And this is our goodbye. We're heading back to Port Whitby, our home port. And hope we'll have a good sail. Should fly over the course of my flies GPS kind of a thing. And tell us we should be able to make it there in about 6.5, 9 hours at one point in time, depending what kind of speed we do. So at 6.5 hours, if you do like 4 knots, we should be there in about 6.5 hours or so.
No, we were planning to stay for one more day on the Toronto Island, but the weather for Sunday is actually calling for very light wind. So for now, and we didn't want to take that chance of having to motor all the way from Toronto to Whitby. So we decided to take this opportunity to go and sail. And even if it's for the whole day, it'll be fun.
And not only that, but we didn't really want to stay on the wall at Hanlan's Point. We were trying to get a berth at Queen City, but they were fully booked. So, anyways, we decided kind of like last minute.
Yeah, that's right. So we actually just left around what, 11:30.
A little 11:30. It's 1 o'clock already.
Oh, is it? As it turned out, the following breeze provided us with gentle rolling waves, pushing Odyssey's speed to 4 knots average, sometimes hitting 5 knots. So off our port bow is the Scarborough water treatment. We're making good progress with the wind behind us. We're just being pushed by these rollers as well. Of downwind sailing with these rollers. We've got a nice breeze forecasted to be around 6, 7, 8 knots. And we're doing good time. We're actually going to be in Whitby in about 4 to 5 hours.
Goes a tugboat heading for Toronto area, maybe Hamilton, maybe Port Credit. I don't know. Nothing really going to Port Credit.
Even on to the Welland Canal.
Maybe to Welland Canal or Erie, Lake Erie.
Okay, we just jived. Since we've left Port of Toronto, we've just basically been on just one tack, on a starboard tack. But we're now here by Pickering, and now we've jibed so that we can be aiming towards Port Whitby.
We're still doing around 4 knots.
4 knots or so, speed over ground. And it'll be about just slightly over 2 hours in terms of reaching Port Whitby. So we're just going to hold on to this tack for a while. So we've been pretty much doing 30 minutes on the tiller, 30 minutes off, and that's how we've been rotating it throughout the day, so that we get a little bit of respite from helming. We tried putting on the tiller pilot, but what we found was that it wasn't working very well.
Maybe because of the waves that was being thrown about, and it wasn't tracking well. I didn't want to mess around with it. Maybe it needed some calibration, needed to be performed on it. But given the state of the seas, if you will,
a Coast Guard's Mayday relay tempered our perspective on the adventures of sailing. We were grateful that this day was uneventful for us by the hands of fate. That could have been us.
Mayday relay, Mayday relay, Mayday relay. All stations, all stations, all stations. This is Prescott Coast Guard Radio, Prescott Coast Guard Radio, Prescott Coast Guard Radio. MMFI 00316002-9er. The station has received a report of a vessel on fire, a Rigo 24-foot white powerboat with a canopy, close to shore, 300 feet offshore, between 50 Point and Burlington Lucky Bridge. No more precise position at this time. Any vessel in the area able to assist or ask to proceed and contact this station or their estimated time of arrival. This is Prescott Coast Guard Radio. Over.
So we just entered the Port Whitby channel, and the marina is straight ahead. So this is the end of our 3-day cruising from Port Whitby to Scarborough and to Toronto Islands and back. Thank you for watching. Come join us again for the next episode of Sailing Odyssey.